if they're wanting residuals for video game work, I just don't see like where that is earned, because like you do
We'll have to
work
look
on a video
for,
game.
yeah, we'll have to look more into it.
Yeah,
But hopefully we'll find out within, like, technically maybe, I don't know if this is still the same thing about just payments, residuals, and everything, or if maybe there
yeah,
is something else. Maybe their likeliness is being used without their consent in other video
yeah.
games. This is still something that's just coming out. The post, which I will drop in the link below for the video, I will drop for the SAG AFTRA article, or not article, but the post that they made on their page. I will sit there and drop that in there so you guys can read that. It more or less just states, hey, we're not striking them right now, but what we're doing is we made a vote. We all went unanimous. We will strike if come September 26th, if we do not find some kind of common ground with the video game people. If anything, I think they need to start sitting there and taking the video game folks need to sit there and really look at the film industry, and it's like, look, these guys think that they can just sit out the actors and the writers. It's not fucking working out in their fucking progress. It's kind of fucking some shit up and everything, and
Yeah.
it's kind of making it hard to sit there and try to get new productions going through, and especially with the film studios trying to push AI. That's definitely cutting the fucking arm off of
Yeah.
writers, where they're like, oh, we're not fucking working with you then. you know
AI
uh,
needs to be nipped in the butt in every aspect of any entertainment industry. You can't
any form of
like,
art, yeah.
yeah, doing it for personal stuff, that's fine. But like, if you're a big studio and you're just doing rely on AI like to do something a human being should be doing,
Well, apparently
like, yeah,
there was a judge that sat there and says that you cannot copyright AI written or created material. It's impossible. So, like, even if they could get away with making it, they can't copyright it to make it theirs. So
yeah.
they're making a
So
movie that quite literally someone can easily just pirate it and throw it on YouTube, and it doesn't violate a copyright.
that'd be like some nice little karma action there.
Pretty much, hey guys, you guys seen John Wick 64? Like, here, watch it on YouTube at
Yeah.
480p.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's from, like, what, God, I think I read that one about, like, almost about like 3 weeks ago when I read about that. So I have no clue if they've ever found out some other loophole about it, but yeah, we definitely we started off with a video game talk. I do apologize, but it is something to bring up, because we
It's
do have video games.
relevant.
It is relevant in the sense of it represents SAG AFTRA and those strikes there, but also to, really, like, ever since, I don't know, I think you would sit there say 1999, video games have done their best to be more cinematic. One of the big pioneers of that to me were Hideo Kojima. He always made all of his video games feel like movies. Big cinematic
Yeah.
masterpieces that were huge
Metal Gear
epics.
Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time though I bring it up, everyone has to shit on Kojima. It's all like, oh yeah, you mean the video game where, like, you have to watch an hour-long cutscene before you can even walk? Just watch another hour-long cutscene, and it's like,
That's
it's
how
not
things
that
are in
bad.
Japan.
It's not that bad, and but like,
Japanese studios and like Capcom, they're always been very like cinematic with their stuff. Like,
yeah,
just the early Resident Evil games, like it's kind of silly, like how actiony and cinematic cinematically they try to push their story,
yeah.
and
Even though, like, it could be the most bonkers plot ever, but still, they make it work. You care for
yeah,
those characters, but, like, also too, you can see the same thing for, like, the Until Dawn, the Dark Anthology stuff, which those use actors' likeliness, and they have them voice acted by the same people. The Quarry, and then you look at stuff like Until Dawn, The Witcher 3. What else? Some of the Call of Duty ones, like when you look at story mode, though I haven't played a Call of Duty story mode game since World at War. That really aged me. But yeah,
yeah. I think Advanced Warfare was the last one I. The one with
advanced or
Kevin
modern?
Spacey. Advanced, the one with
Okay.
Kevin Spacey as the bad guy.
Don't think I've ever seen that one.
What?
Yeah. I fell off after World at War, because when I tried Modern Warfare, it was like, oh, this didn't work, but yet somehow Medal of Honor, when they started doing the modern stuff, it was like, oh, this somehow worked and everything.
Yeah.
Like, it worked for me, but with that. But yeah, you know, like films have or games have become very cinematic, and with that, you know, obviously the acting and the directing of those actors, they have to be upped and everything. So they do kind of come off as very interactive movies, especially the Until Dawn stuff. You know, that's very interactive. You're watching a movie until you have to either push X or you have to do some form of button mashing or whatever, or some form of investigation, you know, to figure out, you know, what it is. And yeah, we just definitely have to keep an eye out on this story to figure out more of technically what's all going on